welcome to episode 54 of Kael'Alanai, where after I finish recording, let's see, I'm gonna actually turn down the volume because turn humming's kind of annoying for me. But yeah, after I finished recording episode 53, I left it and had all this running, went and cooked up dinner, came back, and everyone was irradiated. Turned out here had backlogged because here had now filled up with nuclear waste. Here had backlogged because here was full. Because he got backlogged because I think it ran out of water. So water or fluoride dust run out of, I think. Yeah, that or it had here filled up with spent nuclear waste. But either way, there was nowhere for the excess waste to go. So of course, you just ended up irradiating the whole entire area. Somehow Dog Swamp managed to fall down here, and unfortunately ended up dying in the under factory. And all my other dogs also unfortunately died, all of radiation poisoning, because, well, literally I think about like 100 millisieverts, I think it was, per hour of or no, I think it was more like 300, actually. It was a high amount, put it that way. And yeah, I had to literally shut down the reactor and then basically add radioactive waste barrels. At first I had just one, and I think that ended up getting overloaded as well, so it's like, no, scroll, put in 3, and then I had to do something else, which meant that I decided to add another 3 underneath as well, so now I have 6, which will only be until I get thermonuclear alloy, which for that I'm going to need a second fission reactor. Because I need a sodium-cooled reactor to produce the superheated sodium to turn enriched radiance into not enriched radiance, sorry. To make netherite into molten thermonuclear. And also need to find a way to produce lava automatically too. Because sure I could just keep converting it, could try and convert obsidian into lava, but it takes philosopher's stone and also basically gotta try and make that work automatically. Although I could also use a fluid laser, but that requires a whole bunch of turn progression that apparently also does not actually show up in any eye. Accumulation that requires lava to turn basically in literally the same amounts as you can get out. Could kind of use lava buckets, but of course it's also a net negative of EMC, so I don't know. And of course there's blaze burners, which would need blaze cakes, which also kind of need lava, but then it's still just cobble and 50 millibuckets. So that could work, especially since I'm gonna need crushing wheels anyway eventually, I think, because definitely even for cinder flower, but I need crushing wheels to make. I know there's something that I need to make. Let's come remember what. Oh. I just thought that was calcite for a moment. And there's also skulk veins I could turn to skulk flower, which pin that for a moment. Hmm. Doesn't actually... And doesn't actually generally seem to be anything that requires specifically crushing wheels per se. Well, except for like cinder flower, but... And guess there's wheat flour. Also mark that as well so I can see what it actually goes to. Okay, so looks like it'd be wheat flour for dough, which of course would probably make bread, right? Okay, so yeah, and there's like dough for squid rings, or pasta. Yeah, so it basically turns into bread. Go to bread. I don't think there's really anything else that gets used for. No. That's just for making bread, basically. But echo cakes, though, is what I've mainly been doing. Because, well, yes, it does need liquid echo. Right? Yeah, just put some echo shards through a heated base burner in that base and I get liquid echo. And then, of course, I can, like, you know, pour the liquid echo into an echo cake base to then get echo cakes. And so doesn't actually seem to say how long it actually burns for though. Alright, so that's 320. Alright, so let's call this one 3 times a blaze cake. Alright, so blaze cake is about 5 minutes. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah. And also yesterday after doing the sorry. Yesterday, instead of recording this episode, I worked on this, which I now have this fully automated. It's just not exactly the fastest, because you know, yeah, I'm literally only slowly making sulfur dust. But that's only for now, because I technically have a secret weapon. And flint, I'm barely making any of, so I'm not really carrying that. But for sulfur, I'm making sulfuric acid to run both the reactor and the ore processing system now. But I do also have the other kind of sulfur set up to basically come in here and fill this up as a backup for the main sulfur dust, which eventually, you know, the EMC one will actually take over. But until then, like anytime I make coal or coal dust rather than using the sag mill, it'll go into there and feed both the dissolution chamber here and there. I think that's the dissolution chamber. Yeah. So both of these get basically fueled by the system here, which I had to set up an electrolytic separator because for some fucked up reason this here doesn't actually accept turn flint into here, even though it really should. So yeah, plan for today though is to get a couple of wolves back, which for that I need some bones. Double check if there's anything I really need. Ooh, didn't realize I have a piece of purple gear already. Nice. Oh yes. Now the reason I'm so excited about this development is, where the hell did I put it? Oh wait, I think Gerald's turn upgrade is what I actually need an upper reforging table, don't I? Yep, I need the superior one. Alright, yeah, let's take these out. Alright, cool. So I need to get another reforging table, and by another I mean of course upgrading this one, but today I gotta get a second turn FX item, so then I can actually make the grasp of eternity into a purple tier pickaxe, which of course will give me a lot more that I can do with it. First though, I'm actually also going smart while I'm thinking of it, and I'm just going to freaking do this. Because it's kind of annoying having to turn manually do it all the time. And I've also got these all nice and neat now. Like, if I go to show all, you'll see that I've got a total of 14 assemblers, which most of them are now all nice and filled up. Basically just this layer here, and I just realized that those are filled when they shouldn't be. Yeah. So now it shows us 6 because I can actually afford to put one more in there, just to be sure. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so that's the first layer this one looks like. Okay. No, screw it. While I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna just straight up do this. I didn't know I moved down. There we go. Is now, right? Once I essentially get this, I can wipe out a whole bunch of these. So these will have to stay for the most part. But once I get one final star shard, that's it. Like, I never have to do it again. Because final star shard I literally, so I need to make 8 final star shards, sorry. No, 9. Because once I have the transmutation interface, that's it, I'll never have to worry about it ever again. So, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So I've got 3 more slots I can fill, so... Because of that, I've also upgraded the CPUs all to essentially meaning all 1M. I can now do 3 client star Vs, which, as you can imagine, gives me a whole shit ton of freaking of extra sulfur. Like, even though yes it says 24.5k, I won't get 24k out, but what I will get. Okay, apparently can't do it right. What I will get though is a 10% chance each time I grind charcoal, right? And that means at least a chance at 2400. But more likely it'll be more, because as it says, modified by grinding ball. So it'll be bonus output 240 times, so 0.1 times 2.4. So it's literally basically like a 1 in 4 chance. Meaning out of 24,500, look at about, say, let's round it up slightly, about 6k. Yeah. Right before I hit record though, I did actually go and find a pair of wolves, so let's go and tame them, shall we? Yeah, whereabouts? Yeah, that's one. And the other one was over here somewhere. To leave the waypoint here though. I think it was up this way. No, it was this way. Alright. Let's go turn off lights so I can just straight up use my elytra. There we go. Now, technically this will be a breeding pair of wolves, but come on, there we go. Yeah, get dog swamp 2. Oh, let's make you dog swamp 2, and then walk to work. Hopefully they'll teleport me. Yep, they did. Cool. Now, we get name tag, and call this one Scotty. Where'd she go? There we go. Yeah. There we go. Now let's run them up to kind of a safe zone, because I need them to be both outside of the area that gets irradiated by the reactor. Thankfully I don't quite beeline for you, which is very helpful. I'm going to place them in the cold storage here. Scardy first, and then Dog Swamp 2. Or more to mean Dog Swamp the second. Now that they're nice and safe. I keep on forgetting that it's not quite as not quite as responsive map as is now with just vanilla turning electroflight. Yeah, right, so I also need that to try and get the I think it was Quanta up. Right, so sea shelf. I need 15 Quanta, 45 Eterna, and 10 Arcana. So I need 19 Eterna. Eterna. Bookshelves basically just give me, what, like 2. I think I actually had seashells on me somewhere here. That's right, I'm not really putting that, right. Right, so I need something that'll give me a Eterna. I need to specifically make like 19 of it. Dormant shelf. Ooh, okay. Okay. If I had budding amethyst, then I could easily make the geo encased, but sadly I don't. So fused, no. Okay, so that'd be 7. Yeah, could work. Now, need potion of regen. I need the gas tier version, which means that's a trip into the nether. Although, right, that'd be 10 of those though. I also have, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. It could work. Let's see. Right. Let's just make ourselves 100 planks. I also updated the recipe for making logs as well, or turn process rather. So it still makes logs, but now it's 1 slime block to make 9 strip veg logs. Let me just come up and around. Why isn't that running yet? Ah, that's why. So I have to suspend you. Looks like I might have to suspend them all until I can actually have this start crafting. Just gotta make this run more, I think. Wait, no. It's not necessary. Play goes into the... Where's it? I know there's some... sorry. Yeah, so clay balls going here. So I basically gotta wait until this goes. Sprint in a minute. Alright. Yeah, 1200 works. Take sprint out so I can deal with these guys. Because then I got absolutely dragged out by these guys while I was sprinting. Whereas what I said was I was going to deal with these guys after the sprint. Of course, this is what I'm doing now. Not sure where exactly this and that random lag, turn spike of lag came from, but you know, it's gone now. Now let's see, did I drop? No. Also, that's something else I want to work on as well. Literally an automated system for essentially like dealing with all the bodies. Because if I go bone and then at butcher, I can have both skinning eyes and melee cleavers made out of bone, and then of course both of those together, like, you know, take a bone cleaver. Anytime we get a skeleton, you know, it'll drop plenty of bones, and of course can make another cleaver or two, which then also gives me enough to be able to make a skinning knife, which is very nice. And as you can see, I got plenty of bones. There, and just trying to think of what I need next. Sorry, I was making bookshelves. Bookshelf. Why is it all my trying freaking like? Alright, so hopefully this will actually, like, you know, increase the amount of thing I got. I have to make another one because unfortunately, yeah, that first one and it was getting erased from history basically. 2 more apparently. Okay, so that's just not even freaking picking up. So for this, quanta I need is 15. So it's 42, so I need 2 more. And I need 1. Oh, nice. Somehow that actually gives me the quanta I need. It is kind of wild, actually. Very rare. I wonder what enchants to turn, like, you know, falling under very rare. But so Arcana, I need 10, 15, 45. Right, let's try taking that out. Okay, cool. So I literally just need another shelf there. Alright. And... oh, come on, really? Apparently the vanilla ones, you only got up to freaking 30 with it. Oh well. Trying to make more seashells, I guess. Yes, has EMC. Now, 38, 41. So that means I need to go about 3. 4. I need to go about 3, because 2 to bring it over, and then finally 1 to actually enchant. And now, of course, just need some lapis. And first infusion. Oh wow, I really didn't even freaking touch the amount that I've got. Right, let's see now. For infusion enchanting, there's at least 10, at least, it's exactly, at least. Now that's for making golem cards, so, yeah. Least. So it looks like everything that I would actually care about literally just goes to either exactly or at least. This one here I won't really need, but this one here I will. So, alright, so what gives me Arcana? Alright, so person and shelf gives me 7.5. Right, let's see. Okay, so deep shelf goes up to 70. That's 80. Right, so not quite sure how I could get to, like the 100 mark though. I think that's also for a turner, so. But looking at this, probably just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Technically 11, I think. Yeah, that's 11. So that'll be 55 from these. Forgot to echoing though. Then that's 15 each, so that's 45, 90. That's 90. Right, so I need 1 soul touched and like what, 6 echoing? And let's see now. For the other things I care about, kind of indolene. At least 25 quanta. At least 40. At least 85. 15 to 30. That's freaking piss easy to do though. And 45 to 50. And then it goes 100. But yeah, when you like even friggin' on Even Terra I don't need now the turn 2.1 billion one because on Even Terra I'm just like just collapsing all of the turn gems anyway. So from the looks of things, I basically just need like essentially like I need some echoing deep shelves and a soul touched for the Arcana. And then Eterna, because this only got to 80. So I need ironically probably a palace and deep and shelf. But then if I can find something that adds a turner that can go up to a maximum of 100, then I'll be just straight up golden. It kind of seems like it almost can't. Ah, here you go. Draconic End Shelf. So I get 5 of those, which of course means I also need to do a little bit of of end grinding, but basically 5 Draconic End Shelves. Let's see, that's 15 of you. I think that's 16. Oh, sorry, 6, sorry. So 5 Draconic End Shelves, so there to there. And then there and there will get the echoing deep shelves. Middle right here will be the soul touched, and yeah, then out the front here I can simply put in place the Skull's Note to try and get the Quanta. So yeah. First though, I need to do some sea shelving. Normal sea shelf. There we go, 53. Now I need some more lapis. No, screw it, I'll just try and do like this. Yeah. Right. So most of them need at least with a toner. Actually, I don't think there's even any that you need, like, exactly, except for the, the golden carrot and then it's just a library upgrade. Which might should make 5 deep shells extra too. Oh, hang on, I can literally just use 4 of the 10, the sea shells. That'll make it way easier. It's normal. It's normal. Okay. So, I'm actually going smart and just automate doing that. There we go. Yeah. I was loving how it was like slowly going up in the actual amount that was taking. But yet, it's actually not really even, touching my freaking levels. Okay, so 15, 45, 10. Alright, cool. So now I literally just need more levels to be able to finish this off. I'm also going to smart just remove all these, because It's rather obvious I don't really need them anymore. Right, now. I believe. Yeah, at least 45. 10 short. Which means I took slightly too many books off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn sort of cheat a little bit. Yeah. Alright. No, screw it, just simply put these back. And yeah. So up to 39 now. So I just need another 3, which Mitchell's going smart, and order another 100. That's and once one of these, you know, goes like gets cleared enough, it'll actually make that work. Now, also, between the recordings, I went to the mine, and one thing of it, so I can repair my pick. Originally, I was gonna have limestone as the outer wall, because as it gets bigger, I'm gonna need more and more calcite or limestone, whichever one I put in. So I decided, not screw it, because calcite can be EMC'd, I'm just gonna have, you know, simply calcite walls for the exterior, and you know, we'll just, you know, basically work it from there. Now, as you can see from the like giant gaping hole in the wall, I haven't quite finished that off because unfortunately last night I was lagging out for no apparent reason, so managed to get most of it, but you know, not quite all of it yet. Right, this here used to be a crimsite, limestone, and deep slate vein, but you know, cleared that out. Some more loot. It's actually kind of wild, in a way, just how freaking many how many zombies end up spawning in the dark areas. You've got I also just love how just nonchalantly just killing all these mobs. Like, in vanilla this would be a struggle, but like simply because of the fact that I've got an ant and like actually, I think it's really just like simply the fact that an ant and like my armor is as good as it is, like, is actually the reason why I'm not too worried, because for some reason like, it's like just absolutely like, and it's only protection 5. Oh, that might be why. Protection 6. And what's the other one? I mean, keeping the enchantments relatively level just naturally, but yeah, so it'd be the 2 pieces of protection 6 I have. this actually does explain why, like, you know, a turn ends up being so difficult now for turn pillagers to even do any damage to me. Yeah. Lush cave here. Actually, wonder if there actually is an azalea tree right above this. So apparently, where an azalea tree spawns, there's pretty much always a lush cave underneath. Oh, didn't realize there was a village here. And looks like no. Which may be down to the biome. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be axolotls here either. Which I am definitely disappointed by. So make sure also to really wanting to grab some axolotls. Like even just two of them, saying like you know, try and get the blue axolotl myself. Like guaranteed, I'll probably end up getting it before Mog Swamp, simply because of the fact that he has to rely on 1DT for it. That looks freaking wild. Yeah. Let's see, what do we get? Yeah, the GUI scale again, because for some weird reason on this particular monitor, right, for some reason, like, GUI scale 2 is like freaking tiny. Alright, so not enchanted, not enchanted, not enchanted. Yeah, none of that's enchanted, unfortunately. Alright, can't break you down. So can, good. Alright, let's bring out all these. Minnow can't be eaten. Alright. Warp to work. Once I lag through. Yep, just lagging through the world. Is all the way in here. Minnow apparently can't fit, so just check that in there. Same with you. Right, now. Chainmail. Oh wait, on the floor, that's why. Don't know much else to do per se. I can't really turn and merge that. Actually, been really smart. Grab that bin. No, screw it. Put the bin there, and then. Another bin. And there holds in Vandy books. Yeah. There's a bunch of spare Deep Pockets 3 books. Though you'll only need one Deep Pockets 3 per set of runner leggings, because it only goes up to 3 here, which is slightly annoying, but it's also not the end of the world, so. Yeah. Got like 3 minutes left of the usual time, so no, screw it. Let's head into the frontier, shall we? I'll bring up my sword. Let's find a good place to, you know, kind of like, you know, obliterate the turn, you know, the frontier gate. Once we're relatively open. Yeah, it works. Right, it's open-ish. Source base. Do not mind if I do. Now, I just need to. Right now, this is the gateway of the first frontier. Ooh, 1DT. Fish. Right, since 1DT just turned up here, I'm actually going to go somewhere else. Because I'd rather not accidentally kill 1DT while trying to turn and beat this gateway. Yeah. Yeah, he looks like he's not as good in an arena as any. Although, then they might end up triggering, you know, some like underground type turn spawns, so check the area for caves. Good. So it's cave 3. And of course, there has at least some caveage. Right now, there'll be 3 zombies and 2 skeletons. Freaking piss easy. And of course, get 3 chances, but I only need 1. I might also try World Tier Ascent as well. See how I go. Like, literally, this just doesn't even feel fair. Merely like, you know, the 3 zombies, 2 skeletons are only round 1, but like, I'm literally on like round 3 of 3. And like, literally, like what, a few hits away from turn beating it. See what I mean? Like, it's just not even freaking fair. Mind you, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Again, this is also blue, which probably kind of really helped. Right, so wave 1 for Ascent is a Witch, 3 Husk, 2 Stray. Then I get a Polar Bear, Wolf, Armored Bolt, and Phantoms. And of course, wave 3 is 5 Heralds of the Nether and 3 random invaders. Deep pockets. First off, let's go up to Ascent. Add a bonus, I now get to call this episode Ascension. Now of course, next episode will be probably something like, I don't know, like to the summit or something. I'm kind of tempted to turn disable Phantoms at this point, just because how annoying they are, but at the same time, like, you know, it's more XP, so, and also, like, basically come with free EMC. Not to mention, once I get enough of them killed and get enough charm fragments, I can also literally just make a charm belt. Yeah. I might, you know, go and deal with these current pieces of enchanted gear here, and then I reckon, yeah, cut the episode there. They don't seem to be actually dropping those, so obviously overload it with the books. So one book would be enough, as long as I'm putting just one item at a time. Duplicates 4 becomes 2 or 3. Now, protection 3. Let's see if I got any protection 3s. One, 2, and now 3. Somewhat unfortunately, this will still, and basically come out as turn blue and green, but could be worse. Because even though it's only giving me the lower tier stuff, like, yeah, that stuff still will be pretty good, because I can actually use those lower materials at APOS and to, for example, upgrade these gems. And of course, just need some gem dust. So, don't need breach gems. Also, don't really need Gem of the Warlord either. I don't think. Or do I? Yeah, I do. Right. Yeah, some experience 1. Lunar gem I don't keep. Same with Ballast gem. And Samurai. I don't seem to have in my list, which means I probably don't use it, because these here are all ones I'll be using. Now, whereabouts do I put, or do I actually have? No, I don't actually have a gem cutting table yet. So I need smooth stone, so that's 2 cobble, cooked into 2 stone, cooked into 2 smooth stone. And there we go. And now find the best place to put it. Here works. Now, I take the gems that I won't be using, turn them into gem dust, and of course then I need back to Apos. There we go. Use up a bunch of this, which would be good, because then later on I can use it. I can then have that basis not even be something I even care about anymore. But I will likely have to throw some of that away, because even though, well, I might try and keep some just so you guys can like literally just convert stone and chain stuff to iron, and then of course that then allows you to do the upgrade, and then of course, you know, iron leggings go up to gold, gold goes up to diamond, and then of course you just use, you know, vanilla system to make it into netherite. Huh, apparently I had some dormant deep shelves. 60 levels. Right. Now, for now, I'm gonna cut this episode here, and yeah. I'm gonna probably start recording episode 55, and pray to a higher power that I can actually get through the Ascent train gateway. So, yeah. See how we go with that. So, yeah. I'll see you all in... yeah, I'm also going to turn and defeat the Wither though. So, yeah, I'll see you all in episode 55.